After a few years away, I have been selling back in Sea of Thieves for about a month now on the PS5, along with some friends, fellow pirates, scurvy dogs. And over the past month, a lot of different things have happened for us. Some skirmishes between other players, a few of our ships got sunk. We also did our fair share of sinking ships, encountering megalodons, krakens, scaly ships, ghost ships, tall tales, raiding ancient vaults, getting tons of gold and doubloons for our trouble, and overall having a jolly good time. But I have heard stories from other new players about getting attacked, losing their loot, their ship, and accusing other pirates of being toxic.
You serious?
I don't think that the new players fully understand or have embraced being a pirate in Sea of Thieves. Everyone is going to have a different opinion about what it means to be a pirate in this game. And whatever a pirate is clearly based off of your opinion and how you wish to play Sea of Thieves. Some pirates are content with the mostly PvE content, maybe every now and then a little PvP, but mostly PvE. Grinding, looting, voyaging around, doing the tall tales. They probably spend a lot more time in safer seas, especially when doing tall tales, than the high seas, unless they're just trying to make money. Other pirates are a bit more bloodthirsty. They want to PvP. They want to find and hunt down other ships. They want to steal loot. They want to reap, they want to sow destruction throughout the high seas. That's what they're all about, is going after almost any ship they encounter, whether it's a sloop or a brig or a galleon. Even if they happen to be sailing around in a sloop, they don't care. They just want a PvP. They love doing the hourglass. And then there's a third category of pirates that enjoy both the PvE as well as the PvP in Sea of Thieves. I happen to be this kind of pirate. I won't go out of my way to attack other pirates unless I happen to be part of a crew of reapers, which does happen, or if we see a ship carrying a reaper chest, a siren skull, or if they're just stupid and they have a ton of loot on top of their ship and they're practically broadcasting it to everybody sailing by that they have treasure to be looted. For the life of me, I don't understand how hard it is for you to take your treasure, your chests, your skulls, and put it below deck, out of sight, out of mind, until you arrive at port to sell your loot.
Stop it. Get some help.
Most players are going to notice that you have a ton of treasure on top of your vessel, and well, pirates are gonna pirate in this game. Most of the time, I prefer leaving other pirates alone, except the ones that are sailing towards my ship and crew, because most of the time they have hostile intent. So it's either fight, flight, or a bit of both when it comes to being a pirate in Sea of Thieves, depending on the situation. If my crew and I feel like we can take whoever's coming towards us, then we'll put up a fight. If we feel like we'd rather try and get away because we have a ton of loot on board our ship, our reaper chest, or a siren skull, yeah, we're going to try and get away so that we can successfully sell the reaper chest as well as the siren skull. I'm the type of captain that prefers to wait and see whenever approaching another ship. If we're just going the same way or we're going to the same outpost or the same world event, I will wait until they shoot at us. And we'll try to interact with the other pirates in game chat if they haven't turned aggro on us. Case in point, the other night we were sailing towards a world event to fight an Ashen Lord, and there had already were a sloop of 2 players fighting the Ashen Lord, and we were aboard a galleon, and we decided to parlay with them and to team up with these 2 pirates in order to take down the Ashen Lord. So you had 6 pirates fighting an Ashen Lord. And when it was all said and done, we divvied up the treasure and went our separate ways. They got to take the Ashen Lord's skull. We got to take the regular skulls because we were doing the Order of Souls emissary. We also got a few chests as well. That transaction went rather well between our 2 ships, but that's not always the case. Sometimes they like to shoot first and ask questions later. And if a bullet goes flying my way or a cannonball towards my ship, then the gloves come off. Personally, I just prefer sailing around in this beautiful world of Sea of Thieves, adventuring, digging up treasure chests, battling skelly ships, megs, krakens, as well as ghost ships so I can get those really cool looking sails that I want to go with my figurehead for my brig, along with Pirate Queen Janine's outfit. But at the same time, there is always opportunity for you to steal from other pirates and sink other pirates' ships, and vice versa. It's a pirate eat pirate world, especially if you're at a sunken ship and you're not paying attention, or you're carrying a Reaper chest or a Siren skull. You go into that situation knowing full well that other pirates are aware of the fact that you have the Reaper chest, Siren skull. So don't be surprised if on occasion another ship comes after you. That's just the way it is. Why? Because pirates are thieves, liars, backstabbers, criminals, fighters, opportunists, and killers. We're not exactly quote-unquote the good guys, but there are some pirates that are a bit more bloodthirsty than others, just like we talked about a moment ago, with the pirates that love to reap and hourglass and go after almost every ship that they come across on the high seas. Do I think that they're toxic? No, they're just being pirates. They just have a different idea and definition of what being a pirate means to them. So if you're going to be on the high seas, you always have to keep your eyes on the horizon for other ships. Be mindful of your surroundings. Get good at repairing your ships, dunking water out of your ships, sailing your ships, as well as combat, whether it's PvE combat or PvP, because you never know when you may have to go toe-to-toe against another crew of pirates who are trying to steal your loot and send your ship down to the locker. Some players don't like that, but this is part of what it means to be a pirate in Sea of Thieves. All of it, the PvE, the PvP, it is part of the game. You have to be ready for just about anything, from skeleton ships to megs, occasionally a kraken stopping you, storms, sharks, sirens, skellies, and yes, other pirates. Sometimes they'll be friendly. Other times, they'll stab you in the back. And then there are those pirates that are going to sail straight for you and show you no mercy, no quarter. They're going to fire their cannons at you as soon as they're able to. And what you have to decide in those few seconds that you have before they get in cannon range is fight or flight. And in order to survive in Sea of Thieves, you better get better at both. And you better know when to hold them as well as when to fold them. There's definitely a lot to learn when you're first starting out as a pirate. But don't feel so intimidated. We all started off in the same spot, not knowing what the hell we were doing. But in time, you will become a better pirate. But you need to embrace every single aspect of what it means to be a pirate. From everything involved with PvE to PvP. Even if you're not the type of player that's going to go after other pirates, you need to be willing to defend yourself, your crew, your ship, and your loot. If you can't embrace the PvE and the PvP, or at the very least accept this as a reality of high seas and Sea of Thieves, you might be better off just staying in safer seas, doing the tall tales, or just go off and play another game, because Sea of Thieves might not be right for you. In other words, don't be afraid to embrace being a pirate in Sea of Thieves. Now I want to know, what does it mean to be a pirate to you in Sea of Thieves? Feel free and let us know below in the comments section.